I think what's missing from the news headlines is, yes, while e-commerce is growing, it was always the smallest part of our industry. If it was 11% to 15% over the last several years, that still means 85% was brick and mortar. And so if you say e-commerce is up 30 or up 40, it's on a smaller base. So it's actually easier to have a bigger comp performance over last year. So you could say, yes, e-commerce is growing at a very rapid pace. Brick and mortar retail has never grown at 20, 30% because the base was so big. So you would say brick and mortar past years up 2, up 3, brick and mortar, or I'm sorry, e-commerce up single digits. Today, e-commerce up 20 to 30, estimating for this year, and brick and mortar down, but brick and mortar is still the largest chunk of it. And so that's what's missing from the conversation. And we could say, well, it's estimated it will grow another percentage point every year the next several years, where it will probably end up being somewhere, by 2024, 82% brick and mortar, 18% e-commerce. So that is huge growth for e-commerce. But to never forget, we still run the biggest part of this, and that there will likely be fewer stores, but the revenue that's generated is still the most significant part of what's happening. And that's missing from the headlines, because the headlines just talk about Amazon and talk about the death of brick and mortar, and it needed to evolve. It was already evolving, but it's certainly a really important and relevant part of our world.
Yeah, in fact, a lot of these businesses that have closed down in recent past, we can see that they are not because the e-com is growing. It's because they were not keeping up with the trend and change in customer behavior, the way people shop, and also the way people now buy things is much different than before, and we've seen that a lot of these digital native brands that started online have actually opened up stores.
Right.
If the stores were not relevant, why would they go open the store? And in fact, they saw the growth only after, much of their growth came after they started opening physical stores.
Right.
So yeah. So I agree with you. Like retail, physical retail is here. It's just that it's going to be different.